Hello guys, and welcome back to the Laird Performance YouTube channel. Today we are doing nothing to do with tuning, and I am not a tuner today. I am Kim and Aggie for How Clean Is Your House? And what do I mean by that? Well, currently my dyno room is manky and it needs cleaned, but I don't have time to do it. So this one's for the garage owners. I have bought a Roborock robotic vacuum cleaner and mop, and this is the kind of worst this place has ever been, and I want to see if it's going to clean it. And I'm pretty sure loads of people that have got like dyno rooms and stuff like that want to try and keep them clean, but also it's quite hard to manage time of actually cleaning the damn thing and also doing what you need to be doing. So we're going to have a look at the place now and then get the Roborock on, set it for a quick vacuum, and then put it onto the mopping section and see if it can actually clean this place up. I'm feeling confident. At this time of year, we just get loads of build-up because all the road salt, so you can quite clearly see here, it's got road salt everywhere. You can see that the floor, my floor quite masks it nicely because of the type of tile that's on it, but, you can start to see where tyres have been and stuff like that, and the kind of general mankiness, exhaust gases in the floor. But it looks much better when it's all clean, and you can definitely tell the difference. But I mean, if you even look at the likes of the dyno down here, you can just see all the salt and stuff like that. So I'm hoping this little thing's going to be able to blast through all this, but I'm going to have to do a couple of things to help it out. One, I need to lift all these straps and put them somewhere that it's not going to tangle them up. Now, albeit I have spent weeks looking at these things to get the right one for the workshop. There is loads of different variants, and currently I am well clued up, so I've got every mind to start a robot vacuum cleaning, selling e-commerce business, because I'm your man if you want to know anything about them. But this one that I bought, I didn't want to go too crazy with anything too expensive, because if it did break it, then at least it wasn't the worst of things to lose out on, because I'm pretty sure warranty is not going to cover using it in a workshop like this. So I'll take you over to the Hoover and actually show you it and see what's going on here. This here is the Roborock. So in here you have the actual vacuum cleaner and mop itself. In this docking station there is a couple of tanks. So you've got the Hoover bag which goes in this bit here, and then you've got the clean water with your cleaning solution in it, and a dirty water tank. So this thing can actually go back and clean its own mops, and then go back out and make sure it's doing a good job. And if it thinks it's too dirty, it'll actually go back and start cleaning again. Now, I have used it briefly. I've used it in the house and stuff like that, and it tends to work okay, but I'm not sure how it's going to do with this level of mankiness, because this is the most it's ever been in here. But for those actually wondering if this will work, well, let's find out. What I'm going to do as well, so I can get a better clean generally, is I'm just going to stick my chair over there on top of that, and that should get it. This does have AI, so it should, in theory, avoid a lot of the cables and stuff like that. What it likely won't avoid is stuff like these straps, and I'm hoping that when I lift them up it will not bother with them, but I'm hoping it can avoid everything else, because I don't want to go too crazy. I've not got time to just do everything like that. It would just be a general wreck I'd have to give it, but it's going to save me an absolute shed load of time in having to whip out mops, fill mops, clean mops, dry mops. I have not got time for that. I'm going to spend more time making this video than I would mopping it, but that does not matter. It's about the knowledge. So the good thing is that you can literally go into a phone app, start it up, and just send the robot out to clean. You can select whatever room it is. Now, I've set a big virtual boundary so it won't go out that door. Maybe. It shouldn't go out that door, but let's see. What I'm probably going to do is get it to do half the room. That way we can maybe see a difference on the camera, because it might be quite hard. So I'll start with doing half the room, and then I'll get it to do the rest as we kind of go. But let's go and set this up, and while it's doing that, I'm just going to get on with what I'm meant to be doing. Now, there is one more obstacle in its way. There's the likes of this here, which you'll be able to see. I've got these hooks where I put the cars onto and I strap them down, and basically we need to make sure the thing can actually go over these and hopefully not get stuck. I've also got some leaves and stuff like that. I'm not sure it'll pick that up, but we'll see. I'm hoping it's going to get into the edges and stuff like that and clean all the likes of that garbage up. I don't think it'll get into these bits here, but it's going to do a reasonable job. What I might do is actually pull that wire up as well and stick that somewhere, but that's fine. Right, let's get them out then. I'm going to set it to vacuum first and then mop. That way it does exactly what I should do. But, I mean, you can do it to vacuum and mop at the same time, but I think it's best to just vacuum and then mop. We'll get it to do a 2-pass. That way it picks up all the salt that's in here, and then I'll send it out to mop round about that same zone. But we'll see what it's like just after vacuuming. Here it goes. But where are you going? You're away the wrong way. Oh. I've set it to do the back half. First and foremost. Don't tell me it's stuck already. Come on. You can do better than that. Yes. On you go. Mush mush. And off it goes. So basically what it's going to do now is go in here and empty itself. Now that was just doing that top half, and to be honest, you can't really tell much, it's not massively different, but you'll be able to see it, and you'll hear it shortly. So you can hear it's picked something up. Definitely picked something up. I'm going to go and have a quick look. So for where it's came up to, you can still see big bits of salt and stuff like that, and there's still wee bits kind of kicking about, but you know, we haven't set it to go and do a full recce, but I think that's what we'll do next. We'll go and send it up there now to mop that particular area, and then we'll get it to do the rest, and we'll get it to certainly do this bit. So now what I'm going to do is basically set it to do a deep clean for the mopping because it is quite manky. We're going to get it to go over it twice and use a decent amount of water on it as well so it can actually get it to shift. And then hopefully we'll be able to see a difference between the mop floor and the unmopped floor, and then we can just get it to actually finish the rest of the stuff. But you'll hear now, it'll clean its mops first and then go out and do it. So you can actually see a bit of the difference here. Like try to do it like a detailer's line. You can definitely see it's not as hazy over there, and it's made a fair bit of difference at bits. The only thing I would say is that it's avoided a fair bit of area here, but I'm not sure if I've asked it not to do that. It's avoided that bit there. So it has, and I don't know if that's because it doesn't know that there. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it to just do a full recce in the entire room, and then hopefully it's going to clean the likes of this up, man, because this is bad. Picked up most of the actual garbage that was lying about, so all the kind of thicker bits, so that's good. Now we just need to set it to mop. We're going to get it to mop everywhere. Basically just do that full top end section again, that way it covers that wee bit, because I realised that there was basically like a threshold, so the wee thing can actually climb up over certain thresholds, and there was one marked as there where it's been jumping over that wee kind of hook thing. So I've took that away, and hopefully now it'll be able to work it out a bit better and should clean all this up just nicely, or at least do an acceptable job. Well, the good thing is as well, if I tell it to go and do it again, it's never going to turn around and tell me where to go, so it'll be fine. It'll be wonderful to even set it to do it 4 times, and it won't matter, it'll just keep doing it. So the answer to the question, does a robot vacuum and mop work in a workshop like this? Well, yes, it does to an extent. So it works perfectly fine in this room, more or less. It can go about, it can hoover up all the kind of residue off the salt and stuff like that, and then mops away any of the kind of exhaust gas residue that's on the floor and stuff like that, and it works perfectly fine. There is areas it can't get into. It's not perfect, you know, and this isn't the kind of facility where I can have one of these big massive things driving about. It's just no use. These are designed for in a house, and in a house is honestly, it's really, really good. But in here, it is spot on as well. It does what I need it to do. It means that I don't need to dedicate my time to going cleaning loads of things up. There is things that naturally I still need to clean, like the walls and stuff like that. But I tried it in the actual workshop as well, and so long as there's no like big massive bolts in the floor, it does a decent job in there as well. It's a concrete floor that's painted, so it doesn't quite clean up as well when it comes to mopping, like the dirt kind of sits in all the wee kind of crevices and stuff like that. But in here on this tile floor, it's absolutely spot on. I can't complain too much. If your workshop is really manky and you just leave things lying about, then it's not going to do too well. But it can navigate around most things. It doesn't really get stuck on a lot of things. If it gets stuck, it'll notify you in your phone anyway. You just go and lift it off and let it crack on. But it's quite good to just let it do its thing and you can go and do whatever you need to do. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this very different video. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.